Hello everyone, my name is Ison, and today I'll be taking a look at Palworld, the recently released game by PocketPair. I am a bit under the weather, so I apologize if this video sounds raspy, but I am too excited to wait a day or two for this video. If you've played Craftopia, then you might be seeing some similarities between the two games, but I'm here to focus on Palworld, so stay tuned for that. Palworld released early access just recently, January 19th, 2024, and is currently available on Xbox and PC. Regarding a PlayStation release, PocketPair stated that it currently doesn't have plans to extend Palworld to PS4 or PS5 consoles, but will consider it during development. I read up on this game a while back, and games with crafting systems, they always intrigue me. And since it was being compared to Pokemon, I was yet even more interested. For those who don't know, I love Pokemon. Here's a picture of one part of my shelf. The internet has looked at these creatures and definitely drawn several comparisons to Pokemon, but I want to focus on the game in its current state. So with this in mind, I set a goal. I wanted to be able to fly. Not entirely sure how long that would take or how to even do that. I had seen in the trailer that there's a bird you can ride, amongst other creatures. I figured a dragon looking creature would be pretty cool to ride. It's probably going to take a lot longer though, so for now I'm just going to settle with flying as a goal. I booted up the game for the first time and kind of skipped my way through the character creation. In my opinion, it does look pretty basic from what I see so far. For certain games where I'm trying to really immerse myself in the lore, I'll spend a lot more time creating a character since I'll be looking at them for a long time. For this particular playthrough, I'm just looking to collect pals and kind of see what crafting I'm going to get myself into. So I just settle for one of the presets, a old looking guy. He's got no pupils for some reason. And I did have a little bit of fun with the sliders right before that. Next, I spawned into the world and immediately noticed a lack of a tutorial or an introduction. Your character is just there. So it did start me off looking off in a specific direction. I can only assume that that would have been the correct way to go. But I decided to turn around and explore. I kind of walked around, I found a chest half buried. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but there's not much else to do, so found myself going on the right path and talked to the only NPC that looks like a human. And then from there I started with the tips and tutorials in the top right. Very similar to Minecraft or most building games, you gotta start off with your basic wood and stone, so I did. It didn't take long to figure out what I needed to do, and I was here to catch pals, so I went off to that. Throughout my stream, I definitely called them Pokemon more often than I should have. Fighting with the only tools I had available at the time, I beat them into submission and then used my pal balls to capture them. Unlike Pokemon, I get a nice percentage score to see how likely I am to capture the beast. For any that didn't make it in, I just quickly tossed another one. Pretty easy. And the tutorial made me catch a bunch and then proceed to craft again. I set my base up in the worst spot possible, knowing that it's bad, because for now I just wanted to proceed with the tutorials more than find the perfect base location. Once this game fully releases, I'm probably going to do this the other way around, because in hindsight, the tutorials don't really give you any kind of reward. Gather more stuff and then nearly freeze to death as night comes. I realize there's a bed I can craft after certain criteria are met, and then I can sleep until the next day. Right as I make my bed, I painfully remember the time to build mechanic. I luckily survived the first night, get a cat-like pal the next day, and try my first Poke battle. With this. I attacked it! Go Kativa, attack! Oh, Lord, he's strong. Go Kativa! Oh, he got attacked. He's gonna die! Let's see what happens to a pal that dies. Bye, Kativa. Luckily, after my cat fell, I can use my stone tools to finish them off. After a bit more exploring, I see a new type of pal that looks different than all the other cute small ones. Arguably, this one still looks cute, but it's taller and a higher level. I try my best to catch it with my limited tools, just for this to happen. How do I dodge in this game? No! No! I wanted to capture it! I'm dedicated! Oh, well, where did he go? I think he's still falling. He went off the world. I initially thought it just fell, but it went hella by. Sad, I proceed onwards to catch shorter pals again. At this point in the game, I start to perform a mix of gathering and catching pals because the game does reward you with catching 10 pals of the same species. You'll get a nice EXP boost which will help you level, which will then in turn let you unlock new technology, as the game puts it. It's kind of like the game's perk system. You also have stat points you receive when you level up. I decided to go for a healthy and carry a lot of stuff build. I still have no clue if this was smart or not, but again, this is just the initial release. It was also around this time that I learned that each pal has different abilities that they can perform around your base. Productional one. Oh, can he actually? Is he building it? What? Okay, worth, 100% worth. Needless to say, I was happily surprised. At this point, I start to focus on collecting specific type of pals and learning what each pal can do and what they're good at. Starting the game, I didn't know that each pal had different abilities. You know, they can do things such as building, crafting, hauling items back and forth, farming. Farming also gets broken down into multiple steps. There's planting, there's watering, and then there's the harvesting phase. Different pals also have different combat abilities and types. My Firefox was able to do good damage to grass types enemies. Meanwhile, my cute lamb was just a cute fluffy worker with very little offensive abilities. I do gotta give it to my cute lamb ball. He's got this one ability. Press F. I don't get it. Fluffy shield. Oh, I use him as a shield. Oh no. It can be used as a meat shield. That's so sad. Oh no. I continued on a little more with some gathering, crafting, and catching pals when I came across the alpaca creature from earlier again, the Melpaca. This time, trying for a more aggressive yet smart strategy, I was finally able to catch it. Initially, I didn't know I would be able to ride it, but shortly after in my tech tree, I found the saddle. This unlocked a whole new world for me. Riding on the Melpaca for the first time, I got to see it has abilities I can use. This not only kept the gameplay fun, it allowed new ways for me to farm and fight pals. I was able to level up even more and fight harder creatures. I expanded my pal deck, I kid you not, it's a pal deck, and continued expanding my base. Expanding my base allows me to craft more workstations, but also have more pals to tend to my stations and farms. My passive little pets will keep my base operating while I am goofing off. Catching pals is very exciting because while the combat is simple, it's complex in the sense that you're doing multiple things. You're dodging their attacks, you're lowering their health to as low as possible, and aiming your pal balls to make a successful catch. It's always exciting to make a catch after a fierce encounter. Come on, bring it up, 50, come on, you can win, yes, yes! But then as I happened to look up, I found what I was initially looking for, a bird. There's a bird! I want that! It's not working. 29%. Let's go. Let's go. Fingers crossed, baby. 5%. Let's go. Yes. Yes. We got a bird already. I got extremely lucky and managed to catch one on my first try. But at this point, I knew it would take a saddle and I'll have to grind some more levels to get some more items. I focused purely on this after catching my bird called the Nightwing. And before I knew it, I could craft my saddle. Once I got all my ingredients, I focused purely on this crafting. Here's the mesmerizing footage of me crafting for 3 minutes straight. occasionally with my penguin buddy to help, just have him walk off and do some more interesting stuff. I quickly slept since daylight was gone, and then I finally tried to fly. Wow. Rise. Ascend. Tornado attack. Like most games where flying can be an extremely powerful tool, it was slow in all regards, but it did offer me the freedom to quickly get to mountains. I finally completed what I had set out to do, and then the conveyors is invading the base. What? What? What is this? What the shit is this? A raid? On my base? I didn't build anything. I was not prepared for this event at all. A Paldeum fragment. Thankfully, my pals knew how to handle the situation a lot better than I did. I had unlocked an ability with my Firefox called the Fox Sparks, which allowed me to use them as a powerful flamethrower. I positioned myself perfectly to wreak havoc on the foolish. This is bullshit, I'm dead. Where did I go? Where am I? I got killed so hard. I think I'm dead. I think my base is just gone. Help me. Luckily, I was able to spawn back quickly, pick up my stuff, and finish out the few bandits that remained. My bow. Where is this? To be very honest, my pals did 90% of the work. Later on, I even found remains from bandits I hadn't even seen. The whole raid thing made me realize I have a lot more to prepare for, but also have a lot to look forward to. Since I finished my goal for this first playthrough, I fooled around a bit more, attacked a syndicate base since they're the same type of bandits that raided me. For some reason, they were only level 5, whereas the bandits that raided me were level 15, so I felt a bit bad and was definitely over leveled, but regardless, it was some sweet, sweet revenge. My next goal will be to finish the tutorial list and fight the boss of the area, which is in this tower. I'll probably need to prepare more items though, so stay tuned for that grind fest. Now, I know my opinion in this game is mine. You can play it and have a very different result than I do and absolutely hate it. But I like the game as it stands, and I'm excited to see what the developer will change. There's definitely some quality of life improvements I like to see, such as a better way to cycle through my items or seeing my durability bar while I'm holding tools instead of seeing it in my menu. But this game is in early access, and compared to most other recently early access games, this one is doing pretty well. It's combining multiple elements of games that I really like. It's got the exploration bit, which you can do entirely yourself or with some pals. Climb, swim, run, or mount up and fly away. Craft your way from the Stone Age to ranged weaponry so you can take sweet revenge on syndicate bandits. Build yourself a cute home or an armored fortress. Collect as many cute pals as you can, or only the fiercest for your personal army. Play it how you want, but it definitely gives you room to play it how you want to play it. And that's what games should be. Fun. I hope you enjoyed my video. I gotta do it and beg for the likes and subscribe so I can grow as a channel. So please, find it in your heart, click the icons, you know which ones. My name is Ison, and this has been my review on Palworld.